Okay, so let's keep on modifying this tire. So go to tire.m. And we've done the tire image. Next, let's do the tire pressure stepper. So I'm just going to go right below the code where we just put our tire in. I'm going to say self.tire pressure stepper equals, it's a UI stepper, alloc, and init with frame. We're going to do the same thing, cg rect make. At the top of it is going to be quite a bit down, so we're going to self.tire, well, self.frame.size.height minus, we did 60 before, so we'll do 50. We have a little bit of spacing. And I just realized that that goes in the Y. So Command X, 0 for that one. Command V for Y. So we want to be 0 from the left side, and then that whole height minus 50 from the top. The width is going to be our width, so self.frame.size.width, and the height is going to be 50. And I forgot one square, so I've got to close that squares out. So again, this is the alloc, and then this outside one is the entire init method. And we could separate these out. We could actually create a CG rect above this, and it might be a little bit easier to read, but we'll continue on. Now, we want to do a couple of settings that are specific to a UI stepper. So let's do self.tire pressure stepper dot, and then we have a maximum and a minimum value. Let's do the maximum value. Let's put that at 100 pounds. We'll say if you put more than 100 pounds on your tire, that's probably not very safe. Then self.tire pressure stepper dot minimum value. Well, it can go down to 0, and that's about as low flat a tire you can get. And then let's put where we generally, when we put them on a car, so let's do self.tire pressure stepper dot value, which is the current value, going to equal 30. Now let's add that pressure stepper. So just like we added our tire image before, we need to add that pressure stepper. So let's do self add subview self.tire pressure stepper. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and now if I run it, there we have our stepper in, and that looks pretty good. So next, we want to go ahead and put our label above our tire, and actually, it's kind of behaving a little bit weird. Let's try dropping this down to 20 just out of curiosity. Yeah, that stepper still stays the same height no matter what. So instead of minus 50, let's do minus 30. There we go. I like the look of that. And then I'm going to increase my tire too, so it fills down the rest of the way. So instead of minus 60, I'm going to say minus 40. So for the tire itself, we're going to say go all the way down to just right above that stepper. Alright, there we go. Now it's looking a little bit better. Now we want a label that goes right over the tire. So we're going to need to make it a label that's going to be probably a foreground color of white. And we'll have like the pressure of the tire. So that label is the current pressure label. So we're going to do self.current pressure label equals UI label alloc and an init with a rectangle. We're going to do that CG rect make again. Going to be 0 from the edge. Oops. From the top, we're going to just say, well, right in the middle. So self.frame.size.height divided by 2. The width is going to be self.frame.size.width. And then our height of this is going to be, let's say, 50. Square bracket on the end. Alright, so we have a new pressure label that we just have the space for it. Now we got to change a few things. So self.current pressure label dot we have a text color equals, it needs a UI color. Whoa. So equals UI color, and luckily they have like blue color, red color. We're going to use white color. And then self.currentPressureLabel.text, so the text itself, we'll just set that to at quotes 30. And then we also want to center that text, so let's do self.currentPressureLabel.text, text alignment, takes the NS text alignment, equals NS text alignment. Do we have a center? There we go. So we're using one of their global values, so that's good. And then finally we need to add our text. So just like we added the image of the tire and the pressure stepper, we're going to do self add subview self.currentPressureLabel. Alright, let's go ahead and run this. Alright, now you see it looks like, oh, it didn't work, but it actually did. The reason for this, we have a white font on a white background. That text, we got to change one more thing. We got to do self.currentPressureLabel.background color equals, and there's a clear one, so UI color, clear color. And now divided by 2 put it down pretty low, so we're going to do minus 20 just to shift it up just a little bit more. Go ahead and run it. Alright, now we got one tire. And the background color is still like a green. I really don't need that anymore, so let's go ahead, and before we return this thing, we'll modify it. So we're going to do self.background color equals, I don't need these square brackets, so we're just setting the value of it. So we're going to do UI color, clear color. And let's go ahead and go to our storyboard. Click on this tire. If we need 3 more tires, we can create these views again and again. We're going to just do a Command C to copy, paste, paste, paste. Go ahead and put a tire down here, tire over here, and a tire over there. Go ahead and do a stop and a run. And now we got 4 tires, all at 30 pounds of pressure. And I noticed there's a little bit off kilter. There we go. Okay, all better. Go ahead and get yours like that. And in the next one, we're going to look at what happens when the parent talks to the child.